Well, everybody, it's that time of the year again. Springtime is in a few days in the south, and time to get out the hummingbird feeders. Hummingbirds come back, probably Florida, Alabama, Georgia, probably come through here first before they head back up north. But we've spotted a few, and I went outside and I collected all my hummingbird feeders. And first thing you gotta do is you gotta bring them inside, wash them with some hot soapy water, get them ready, because they've been outside and they've been in the weather. So that's what I'm gonna do. So y'all hang tight and we'll get going. I went outside, I found all my old hummingbird feeders. They've been hanging outside since probably about December last year. And I'm going to bring them in here and I'm going to soak them if I can get them apart. That one don't want to come apart. I got several different kinds, some expensive ones and some that are just from the Dollar Tree. So my gym is right next door to the Dollar Tree, so I shop over there quite a bit. Find some good spring deals. I almost did a video today for y'all. So I bought a lot of stuff over there to decorate my gym. So as you can see, some of these are black mildew. We can't have that. So I'm going to reach down here and I'm going to get me some bleach. Now if you use bleach, make sure you wash them good, because you don't want your animals, your birds, to get poisoned. Wash these up. I thought this one was a different color last year. Yeah, you see black down in there. And most of them come apart. Just have to get the mildew out of them. Alright, y'all, I got my hummingbird feeders all washed and clean and dry. Washed them with some hot soapy water with a little bit of bleach in it, and a lot of bleach on some of these, because bottom part is where what holds the sugar water. There's a lot of crud down in there. So got these clean. This was solid black. Now I got all most of the mildew off of it. I think that's just discolored. This one too. They're all nice and clean. I took them apart. So I'm gonna show y'all how to make the sugar water. All right, this is really simple to make hummingbird water. All you gotta do is I'm making 2 batches. Usually it's 3 cups of water, 1 cup of sugar. I'm doing 6 cups of water to 2 cups of sugar. So I'm measuring cup, and I measured me out 6 cups of water, and I put it in my pot. Now I've got my measuring cup here. There's 1. There's 2. 2 cups sugar, 6 cups of water. It says to bring it to a boil. I don't usually bring it to a boil, because you know I do things my own way, because I'm a leader, not a follower. So I'm gonna stir up my sugar water. I got my eye on medium high. And now once I heat this up, you gotta cool it off. You gotta let it cool off before you put it in the hummingbird feeders. The main purpose of this, well, there's a couple probably. The first one is to dissolve the water. The second was probably just to make sure there's not any germs in the water, so you kind of boil it a little bit and get the germs, bacteria out of it if there's any in there. My water's pretty clean though. So this will probably take a couple minutes. Okay, I got this much sugar water out of that double recipe. That was 6 cups of water and 2 cups of sugar. And I just used regular sugar at the grocery store. So what I'm gonna do, since it's night time and I'm making this video, I'm gonna put my sugar water in the refrigerator until tomorrow. And then I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna fill up my hummingbird feeders. And I'm gonna take the hummingbird feeders out and I'm gonna show y'all where I put them at. So I'll see y'all tomorrow on my video. Good morning, everyone. So I've got all my hummingbird feeders all washed and clean and got my sugar water out here, and I'm fixing to place them in my yard. They like to be in a not so sunny spot, not so shady spot, and I don't know, you just have to kind of play with it. I've got some underneath my carport that I hang, and I've got some here in the sun that I hang, and then I've got some out in the partial shade and are underneath the pergola out back. So it depends on, I guess, how often your sugar water runs out. Like if it runs out really quickly, it's okay to put it in a sunny spot, but you need to keep a check on them when they run out, refill them. If you see that you put your hummingbird feeder in a spot and it never gets touched and there's always sugar water in there, you might want to put it somewhere else. Now, I try to space mine out because I don't want my hummingbirds all bunched up fighting over one feeder. Even though several can fit on one, I don't want them fighting because sometimes they do that. So I'm going to get started placing these and I'll show you what I got. Okay, this is the first one I'm going to place. This was in the bright sunshine, and as I'm standing out here filming this video, I can hear hummingbirds. They make a very distinct little chirp. They don't sound like a regular bird chirping. They have a little soft, little short little chirp. Now, I don't have enough sugar water for a million hummingbird feeders. I try not to feed or fill mine full just because I don't want to waste any. So when I see how much they're going to be using, then I'll put more. But I tend to refill these about once a week. I try not to let them go longer than that because sugar water don't need to sit out in the hot sun or anywhere. I say over a week, so I refill mine every week whether they need it or not. Put the lid on it. And then I turn it. I have it give it a quick flip. Now that filled that one almost completely full. Stick it right there. On to the next one. Okay, my next 2 hummingbird feeders are going to go out here in my carport. I thought I saw a hummingbird, but it's a giant bumpy. So I'm going to try not to put quite as much in this because I want this to last. I don't have to make more. I know they're just sitting out there watching me. It's a pretty glass one. those two. Now I'm going to move to the backyard. Okay, my last two hummingbird feeders are going to go up here on under my pergola. I was going to put one out front, but I think I'm going to put these out here for now, because I think they will like it better out here. The hummingbirds, I know the birds love it out here. The birds, wow. So I've got enough sugar water for my last two feeders. I have my grandbaby today, so if you hear her, I have her on Wednesday. Her mama works at the gym for me, and I keep the baby. And I can put some water down in this little thing. I don't know if you can see it or not, and it'll keep the ants from crawling up and down out of it. And a lot of them do have that. It's called a ant moat. I'm gonna put the rest of my sugar water. Again, we don't want to waste any water, so fill them up half full to start with and see what they're going to drink. Kind of like with babies, you don't want to put them a whole plate of food on there to start with, because they might not eat it. So start out a little bit at a time and see what happens. So there we go. Got half full. It's enough in there they can see that there's sugar water in there. So I'm gonna hang this one up here. So I put out 5 hummingbird feeders, and I'm a bird watcher also. I also have a bird feeder over here, and it has also hummingbird feeders on it, y'all. So I'm going to be putting some hummingbird mix or nectar sugar in that also. I'm going to make up some more and put in that, and I'll show you. I'll come back to you. Okay, y'all, this is my new bird feeder that my husband bought me for Christmas. And it has a camera on it, and I can see my birds when they come to feed. But it also came with hummingbird feeders on it. So I got me some more sugar water, and I'm gonna put that on, fill these little bowls up. Hummingbirds have some pretty long tongues. I guess these have to be as full as I can get them. And there's a little rack that they can sit on, put their little feet on. And then there's the top. They just stick their little beak in that hole right there. Screw those back on there. I gotta go get me some more bird seed to put in here, because my birds love this thing so much. It's like they just go crazy. So I've got some in the house, and I'm gonna go get that. Got those. So now I've got 5 hummingbird feeders plus 2, so that's 7. And while I was standing here, look what I found on the ground. The only thing wrong with that is this one's got a hole in it, so it's got to go in the trash can. But I'm sure there's some more around here somewhere that I just hadn't found. If I find them, I'll fill them up too. So I guess that's it for today for my hummingbird feeder video. If you don't have any hummingbird feeders, get you some. Now I'm in South Alabama, so of course I've got the birds right now, and the hummingbirds have arrived. They're slowly trickling in, but once they get here, this yard will be full of them, and they love them some good old sugar water. Remember, mix it 3 to 1. Now, or excuse me, yeah, 3 to 1. But it's early spring, so some people will say mix it 4 to 1, and even Google will tell you that. What I have found about that is when it's early spring and there's not that much blooming yet, there's not that many flowers out yet, mix it a little stronger, 3-to-1. When it's dead of summer and there's everything blooming, you can mix it to 4-to-1 because they'll have other supplemental flowers, you know, to eat, to get the nectar out of. So just remember that. But 3-to-1 in the spring, and then when it gets summertime and everything's in full bloom, mix it 4-to-1. I'm so glad y'all joined me today on Miss Beth's place, and y'all get out and feed a bird and plant a flower and cook something good and have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Hey, how you doing?